Welcome back to 150 bucks with the Ghostman. Today we got my brother feature chosen, and today I really want us to get into a couple of different situations. But as we're currently on the topic right before, is weed low vibrational, or is or does it get you high? Now I want to break that down. We're gonna get your perspective. We're gonna see like how you feel about that. But for me, because as a person who currently smoke as well, how I see weed is it's both. Because some people can be in a very low vibrational state and have high conscious spiritual awakens. All depending on the person, what you're smoking, who you smoking with, because weed nowadays is not very so trustful. You know,
What's who you smoke with? Because when you smoking, you gotta, hey, you still gotta overstand it like this. You transfer energies. So every time you drink out of somebody, every time you trade energy. Once my DEA, we have DEA, but I'm gonna call it DNA. Once we trade DNA, if he hit this right, he gonna feel he gonna get some of my energy too, cause we trade energy. It's common sense if you know trade energy.
yeah, and I'm fasting right now, so I ain't even. Right now, we got the little list. Me and my wife on day 10, but I still smoke at night, so I still know that feeling of when you have that moment, you cool down, you wind down for the day, and then you spark that blunt, and it's like almost it's like part of you feel elevated, but most of you feel sunken. Like just like it's like I don't know. I can't explain it because I've been smoking for so long. I've been smoking since I was younger, and it's a thing definitely for all the kids that I don't suggest because it's a thing that it has addiction in it. People smoke because of influence, or rather, if they want to admit it or not, or or if they want to be conscious of it or not. People only smoke based off the power of influence because if the whole world never saw anybody smoke, drink, or anything, nobody will want to do it, and especially if it wasn't somebody who had the power of influence. So say if me, no influence at all, I make this new alcohol drink. I can't influence nobody. I can't influence people to drink it and be like, hey, yo, this is good. Now, I may have somewhat power in me with all of us being GODs and all of us being gods. But at the end of the day, that's that. And then two, it becomes very addictive. Like, to a point to where now people are battling themselves. Me, as one, for example, I'm trying to quit smoking, but I still smoke for reasons that I choose to. like, like, ain't no excuse. I just choose to smoke. Like, I feel like that's what it is for everybody. Just like with life choices, people do things because it's a choice. You know.
Hey, you could choose. Hey, you could choose. You could choose if you need this. If you, it's how you perceive it. If you need this to calm your mind, then what you really need. I'm gonna say this. What you really need is you need time with yourself. You need to learn. You just need to learn how to be more idle. Because if you need another thing to hire, even hire your conscious, you just meditation is the key for real. Get high off of life. You get high off of life. You ever get a euphoric state? You start hitting different realms. You get downloads and you tapping in.
For
you
sure.
get high in the sun. You know what the sun gives?
Yeah, that's a different deal.
That sun rays that charges us. That gives us that feeling. That's why we got so much stuff blocking us from even this. We supposed to be having our shirts off and have real thin clothing on. You know that. Real goddesses have real clothing on. Always got dresses on and stuff. Always have air flowing through them. Always got their melanin charging. Always keeping a carbon charged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's really how you get your downloads. You get downloads.
I had another thing that I wanted us to talk about off the subject. So right before he came over, I was on the phone with my brother, and I had a phone call with my brother, and we was talking over the phone about an old music video that we made about 2-3 years ago. And I got an uncle that's a year older than me, and he was telling me on how he was like, yo, make sure that you hit him up and this, that, and the third. So I was like, yeah, I will. He was like, yo, just the other day, he was telling me how he called me or sent me a video, I think he said. He was like showing me how he was jamming to the song that we once made. And I know what song it was because he said we. I only made one song ever with my brother. And I'm the music artist, but my brother, he wanted to make a song. We made a whole song in a music video. We did that. We blew that moon. And the first things that came out of my mouth, which he did not like, was, nah, I don't even want him listening to that. Like, you know, I don't even want him listening to that low vibrational state that we was once at. And he like, what, bruh? He like, you should be more grateful that people are appreciative of old music that you make. And I was telling him, like, it's not that I'm not appreciative. It's the fact that that's not who I was anymore. And he was trying to basically make it seem like it was a problem that I didn't want people listening to my old low vibrational music versus if you really want to support and really help me out, go listen to my new updated music, my new vlogs, everything that's more positive, everything that's more feeling to the brain, things that can actually help you or catch your brain. And then he was like, nah, you want to appreciate it, you delusional. So I'm like, what's your perspective on that?
So, from experience, I got this one son. I ain't even gonna say the name. Hey, and I used to go by Young Slime, but I'm chosen now. My name is Messiah. That's a Latin for Messiah.
Come on, speak up so they can hear you.
That's Latin for Messiah.
Mm.
The anointed one, the chosen one. We'll get into that another time though, later on. Right. And I made this song. And I knew what it took. And I knew what it took for that to, cause I was making real divine music. But I knew what it took for the average population to listen to it at a certain vibration that it currently was around, that I knew algorithm was right. But once I really tap in and really got out of that state, I'm like, nah, I don't even want that. What kind of message? That's ignorant.
Mm.
Straight ignorant. That's straight. Feel me? That's straight ignorant. That's a little vibrational. Hey, you giving certain messages that you don't even mean yourself.
Yeah.
You don't even mean
a facade.
Yeah, facade. Right. That's. Hey, you say you a hood. You a hood. God. I'm gonna say God. Not even the N word. Hey. You know what hood mean? Hood mean fake. That's the definition of hood. Hood mean fake. So meaning that mean that's not you. That's you got it. You feeling in your spot.
Yeah.
You is for real. You ain't even sometimes you ain't even really feeling in a blink. You just feeling in a spot. Like you just taking over. You just trying to be at a certain position because that's where you think you need to be. Hey, but we had guys like that back then too. There were ancient guys like that too. It was states like that too, where we had these beings, and then you had these wannabe like characters or whatever. That's where we at. We people they at least want to be characters. That's what they is. So a lot of people that you seeing, they saw characters from experience too. I have a brother from another mother, same father. And he experienced, like even chip blood, all that, going to parties and doing all the doings of that, worshiping certain crosses. When you see crosses, it don't even be worshiping some of that sometimes. But like even there's certain things that. So they're characters and stuff. Just so like they were mock you being influenced by Mach 5 robots for real. If we want to get into that.
How I feel about it is like yeah, I see what the Mach 5s, but like all the conspiracy. I feel like I've heard about the Mach 5 conspiracies. I've heard about they clone Tyrone, about the just the devil manipulating using your family, against you, and like different close people against you and stuff like that. Like how he could jump body to body and in different situations, scenarios. What I was trying to like get at what my brother was telling them, like, dude, no matter how the song no matter how long ago the song came out, I don't approve in the current state that I am now because I'm not who I was. So then, how I feel about it from like knowing what I know.
You not approve of that message,
right? He was saying like I be feeling like sometimes I'm talking to a stranger, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm arguing, but then it's like it's so hard to pick because he's also intelligent, but at his own, like he's intelligent in his own way that I can't comprehend, and he can't comprehend my intelligence. So then it's like we always clashing. Shout out to Pills, by the way. That's my best friend. I mean, I wouldn't even made it without half of the challenges that he give me. Like he challenged my brain to be better than who I was, like for sure. But we always clashing in perspective, like always clashing in perspective, and that's because how I see it is he co-signs low vibrational. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for him, he was saying like, nah, it's not like that. I'm just telling you appreciate the old video and the people appreciating you. So if you got a whole bunch of fans and they all appreciate you and they love this song or this video, you gonna lose fans. And I'm like, what I said to him, I said, I ain't gonna lose no fans. If they really first of all, they my supporters, not my fans. If they really with me, I'm not losing nobody.
Hey, God gonna send everybody your way when, you feel me? Hey, that's, with music, it's a lot of, think about the future all the time. You gotta, can't do that. I'm speaking from experience. Stuff is gonna come. You thinking the algorithm ain't gonna be right. That algorithm gonna come, and that's gonna keep pushing you to keep sending that message.
And that's the job of the algorithm, to push a certain agenda or a certain message to the people, and basically to get them like to hear. Meek Mill said in the interview, he said that we get paid to talk about the murders and this, that, and that's what we get paid to do, talk about low vibrational things. Like, another person, like, it's been exposed so many times, Kanye West, he exposed how the radio waves is poison and how the different music artists and different people who come out and different hurts, that matter a lot because sound waves is the only thing that can enter your body without your permission. So as I look back at my old self, I was telling them, that's not me. Like, that's a facade. That's not who I was. So why would I support something that I'm no longer am? I appreciate the old me because it took him to become who I am. I appreciate the old video. And as we were saying, like, he was like, what if you blew up and this was the song and it blew up? Cool. It blew up. I don't care. The world can have their opinion. They like the song. They like the song. I don't control the world's liking. I don't control the world's opinion. What I control is me and my message that I put out. And my current message that I'm putting out into the world is self-mastery. Go change yourself. Go build yourself. You want to go love somebody? You want to be in a happy relationship? You want to keep long-term jobs? You want to own your own business? First, go master yourself, because you cannot maintain anything in this world without self-mastery. You can't maintain who you want to become if you don't master yourself. So that's what I was really trying to get at with my brother. And hey, I told him he gonna be coming soon on the podcast feature. Hey, it is what it is. Feel how you feel about it, but I feel like in my opinion, I don't co-sign to none of my old music that's low vibrational. Now I may play it. I told him, I said I play it to reflect in my old self. I'm humble enough to do that. I reflect in my old self. Like this is who I was like at a point in time, and look where. You know what I'm saying?
Look where you at now, like you was about to say.
You know, feel me?
Everything is just reflection. Like I said, we reborn. We went through different dimensions for a reason. So, as real spiritual beings, we blessed to be so tapped in.
We are. We very blessed to be so tapped in.
So we keep shifting. We gonna keep shifting. So everything is really reflective. Each and every day. That's what they look. That's how they got days. Days are artificial. Time got recorded at a certain time. Days. You wake up after from astral projecting, or however you, because however you. Then you just reflect and you get better off that last day. Even they say, if you can say it like you say, and like we say, our music, we reflect off that. So if you're thinking like don't think nostalgic. Sometimes most nostalgic things are like low vibrational.
Or the artists listen.
Yeah, most nostalgic things are artificial. Most definitely.
And that leads us back to the topic that we are on today. We are the Inks, life reflections. Everything in this life is a reflection. So if I'm trying to reflect out to the world a low vibrational, the world going to reflect back to me what I'm trying to put out. But if I reflect to the world high positivity, I can guarantee maybe I might not have as many as I would have had if it was a negative setting, but I still got people that come around, show me love, show me positivity, because you only get what you give. It's called universal laws of attraction. You get what you give. So that's why every day I strive to be better than who I was yesterday, because yesterday I might have been more ignorant than today. So now today I have to use the knowledge that I learned yesterday. You know what I'm saying? To be a better reflection, to understand that. And that old me when I did that video, that's an old version of me.
Everything that you do, like I say, you say the universe. You get what you give. So if you flocking at a certain way, in a good way, you gonna get that. So say if you just plan on doing just something just straight like ignorant, or either just not high standard. Even that, God gonna set you up for that. He gonna create that. He gonna create them cutscenes for you. So everything that you do, you plan out, you gonna get certain cutscenes. Life is planned out for you already. You choose your path. You control yourself. Free will for a reason. We all got the power. We all got the power. It's all about tapping into yourself, take control, breaking the matrix, getting out of 3D.
Really breaking free from that. One of the best principles to have is to keep a mind that's open to all things and a mind that's closed nowhere. Always keeping that open mind, that there's always, like, I don't know. I'm going to get back to that point, because that point, I had a real deep idea when I was saying that, and I probably got lost in my own mind. But I want to get back to the main topic of the simple fact of how we're life reflections and the sacrifices that has came with it due over time. I had to sacrifice, for example, with my old stuff and my old music, knowing back then I was conscious enough to know I was putting out bad music that wasn't who I was. And when I say life cycles, I mean all life cycles. I'm just making an example of my own personal life. I don't just mean this example I'm bringing up. I mean life cycles as in everything in life is a rhythm in a cycle. So I had a point in time where I came in this world as a good person or a good man or a good baby, but then eventually I became corrupted. But then eventually I went full cycle to where I got tired of the corruption. I got tired of who I was, and then I became again. I got tired of being who or thinking that I knew. I had to go tap into. I had to go back to where I started, back down to the basics to become again, to break free from the artificial me that I have created over time to function in this society, to function with people. And remind y'all, I'm very conscious enough to know that I'm blessed to be able to do this at the age of 19. People struggle with this at 40 or 60. You know, because God, with life cycle, has everybody go through their own trial and tribulations at different rhythms, but it all adds up. It's like if y'all ever thought about like the metal rails that be twisting and turning inside, like the clock that keep the clock turning. They're going at their own pace, but at the same time, they're still all perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And that's life. Like I really wanted to get into life cycles of how we're the Aboriginal first rulers. I mean, of consciousness, intelligence, this, that, and the third. Everything that we think that we're bringing back, or that not that we're bringing back, but everything that we think that we're just now creating, because everybody knows that this is stuff that's getting brought back. This is not stuff that has been created. Nothing is new under the sun. So this point in time of us wanting to one day say, hey, we don't want to be this false deity no more. We don't want to be. It's not hard to see the whole world in a shift right now. We living in 2023 where the whole entire world is shifting in consciousness. Everybody's getting more intelligent. Everybody. So it's like it also comes down to choices. You have people, just like when you started off, you have people that has to play the part, slave mentalities, the CPU people, the computer people, NPCs, and then you have the people who were chosen or who were born extraordinary. So you have ordinary people, regular people, and then you have extraordinary people, people who were born with a different level of consciousness, people who were born on a different level of intelligence. You have those people, and
cosmic beings.
And this is it's a cycle of life. Like there's no, as there's one arrow coming this way, is one arrow coming this way. That's the yin and the yang. It's not just one arrow fully going around, but it's two arrows. And it's that light and it's that darkness. And they just circling around each other. So then the light might have had its turn on this side, and the dark might have had its turn on this side, but it's time for y'all to switch sides now. You know what I'm saying? It's time for y'all to, alter the sides that y'all on, because at a point in time we were rulers. And I'm bringing this up because who is our oppressor or so-called oppressor? I'm not really claiming that. But for people who out here, who is really the oppressor? So-called elites, so-called white people, whatever you want to call them. Even though we are one race, we can call it what we want. It was divine timing. They did not take this. They did not just take this from us. All of this was supposed to happen. I strongly believe that. I believe that the hard work and how we have to strive 10 times harder to get where we want to be at. I believe how all of it all happened for a reason, for character development. Like, I believe that we've been ruling for millions of years, not thousands. I believe that we were once the complete rulers. This is a belief, and life is always about beliefs. You choose to buy your own beliefs. I chose to buy the beliefs of the understanding that let's help shit make sense. Let's help shit start making sense around here. Like, that's a belief that I believe that it's my job to help the world at least make somewhat sense of what's going on. Rather, people want to believe that God's not. Rather, they want to believe that we were always here in this land. We didn't come from Africa or not. People want to believe in anything they want to believe in. Artificial maps. The map's not what they is. The maps is not what you see. The globe is not round like you think. All of this shit is meant to be explored in itself. Name one person who that went past the horizon. And ain't nobody who we can say, oh, they went past the rising and they chose to came back. Well, if they ass left, they ain't never came back. You know what I'm saying? And that goes in a deeper level of conspiracy of people getting abducted or people just disappearing or people leaving and never coming back.
Hey, about that. Hey, he was speaking on it. My little brother, not even my real brother, different mother, the same father. Little Jalen. Right? Little Jalen. So he went missing 3 years ago. Right? So this time, a lot of people going missing. Hey, not even he might not be in that bracket. God forbid that. But there was a lot. It's a lot of going missing, right?
Ohio too. It was a point in time. It was like a big thing where a lot of people was going missing in Ohio. A lot of black people specifically.
Right. A lot of It's for a reason, because we got that carbon, bro. We got that. And it's a lot of beef sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, and beef chicks. Now it's 1 cent sandwiches, and then when people know that make these McDonald's and all that really had real discoveries, and like it's real discoveries, like in real meat, real humane meat, like real, like this is real, like FDA, like for real, like this is real. Hey, it's something called Cinemix. Go look it up. It's in about like 40% of the food today. Cinemix. It's made out of female kidney liver, fetal cells. That's what it's. Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, Cinemix. Look it up right now. FDA approved all that. The FDA approved, and they took it off certain things and then put it on more.
And that shouldn't even be surprising because they approve a lot of things like when a baby come in the world, the placenta. I mean, I'm not saying placenta. The umbilical cord. I mean, people are able to store those for to be able to eat. Say if somebody in the family ever caught cancer, there are companies that sponsor in preserving the umbilical cord for in case anybody, because they say so much nutrients and so much healthy stuff in there that the baby gets when the baby first, before they cut the umbilical cord, when the baby comes in the world, the baby is getting a whole bunch of downloads and nourishment from the mother, but then they cut it and they say that it's so many benefits in it, like how they say it's benefits in children's blood.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the
Baby's
benefits.
blood.
I'm gonna tell you the benefits in this, right? I'm gonna kind of condemn the melanated beings and the neuromelanated beings too, because it happened like that too. Right? So what we got in our body, obviously we got certain cells in our body. We electromagnetic beings. So that's part of it. So them electrolytes in our body that obviously gives charging, and that gives like a certain healing.
It wouldn't be no electrolyte without spirit. That's one of my strong beliefs.
That's if you really look into us, it's not even a trillion. It's way more like verses in here. It's like different realms in here. It's like like if you look, everything is just say it like astrology. Everything is everything. Come on, everything. Everything's within everything.
Everything is everything. Like, all right. So, what you think about what's your perspective on I want to get back. I want to get slightly back to the top with this. What's your perspective on ants? Your perspective personally. Like, how do you like perceive ants? And I ask this for a strong, good reason. Why you perceive ants?
Well, I'm tapped in with my little spiders right now. I got spiders in my window. I got the whole web right there. Tapped in with them. My ancestors are coming through or whatever. They always there. I mean, make sure that they always safe or whatever. They always got stuff to eat and always too. That's why they there too. But yeah, with ants like I can't eat like ants just straight specifically.
More so like you know, say you outside, you observing an ant or army of ants, or what things have you noticed about ants that could be relatable to the world that we live in? Like, you know how people have done rat experiments? They've done cat experiments. Like, something like, say if you was outside, you was just doing like an experiment on ants. What's your perspective of at least your knowledge on
That's
ants?
what I did. That's what I do. That's what I always do. I do that with every. So I'm you know I'm tapped in with animals and stuff. I watched a whole documentary about that bug or what on a spider or. So what I realized about just straight even animal life. They always together. So they always together. It's good. It's good in this. It's they always together, right? Of they kind, and they gotta and they. I feel like that's kind of how we supposed to be for real. It's a lot
They're
similar
clear
to
examples.
us. It's a lot similar to us. Yeah, it's
Very clear examples. Like, for me, how I see it is just as you see it. The only race or entity that is solely so divided is humans, because of the necessary notion of wanting power. But with ants, with lions, with spiders,
I said animals too. I had to bring it all.
they understand that it's so necessary to have family, organization, harmoniousness, to be able to coexist. And specifically, a mother ant could start a whole generation of ants, right? So you could look at a mother ant and a representation of a god. God.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a lot. That's a lot of them too. A lot of species and stuff. It's a lot.
God, this big ball beam of light, and then he dispersed into a trillion different pieces. But it's all light, and he goes into these human bodies or these insects or these trees.
He's living in the experience of everything that he's within.
He's experienced his creation.
Yeah. His energy just flows through everything like automatically. Even this, anything, any single thing, bro. Anything, bro. That's why everything is energy. That's why everything is controlled by everything. You think you just flicking this, it come on. Sometimes it flick It's about, look, I can make it turn on. It's frequency. Frequency is dead. Or wasn't it time to flick it? Whatever, it ain't turned on.
Maybe it wasn't time.
Word.
And God is in everything with that divine timing.
Come on.
And especially with ants, like a mother ant, she can what, up to 100? Like about,
I don't even know.
like, yeah, they can do a lot, and just disperse herself and start up and build up a whole community that functions on a sole mission of building the infrastructure for the queen and the family. So everybody, they understand their assignments. Nobody is trying to overstep anybody or anything. They all move in order. They come up. They go search. You got the searchers, the people who go out and search for the food. But at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, they all come together as one. They all come together. Now you may have a few ants that go astray.
Yeah, about the stray ants too. How they get it straight? Cause I really watch things. I see the same squirrel for another day. Cause I be having friends and stuff. That's be my little friends and stuff. I be having those animals.
Even squirrels got family.
Yeah. Every year I be having little bug friends. A lot of species and stuff that's in Buffalo, New York. I'm friends with a lot of stuff. Yeah, bro. So like, they be that's why I mess with cats. Bro. Cause cats, they really show you, bro. They really show you, bro. Cats is a real reflection too, bro. They real dominant, real divine beings, real spiritual beings, bro. Like they always on their own. They know how to be. They always subtle. They mind worker, mind trickers, manifestors.
The cats alone a lot though. Like they so domesticated. Like I mean, yeah, they could have a pack in the family. Say you bought.
Cause they so wise. They look. They the definition of that too. When you wise, you alone. They wise. That's within that too.
But that's a yin and a yang. Like yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they could work, they could function being wise. But with that's different versus human. Human have the sole choice to be alone to a certain extent. Cats get taken away from their home, their parents when they kids. Cause I used to right across the street when I lived on the west side. I had a neighbor. All his cats lived outside. He had about like 10, 20 cats, including kids. So
you can see they gonna hold their own. I don't care if it's a kitten or not. My kitten held his own. My kitten died as a kitten, and he was holding his own. He was caught on his own.
But that even that see
even though that's more instinctive, but hey, we instinctive with that too. Even as men.
So what you think about different variety types of ants then? Because just like cats, how they come in packs, but they come in different kinds because we know it's different type of cats. You got lions, you got panthers, you got cats.
I just condemn. I merge, and I could like you could really do that too. Because like that, like even them, like that, but even wildlife, that's even wildlife. Cause there's wildlife with us too. Even though we real subtle beings and stuff. For me, these cats, they more subtle, but it's the wildlife ones too. I mean, that's what it's yeah.
Because the wildlife ones always in packs.
Yeah.
Like only ones who really's not always in packs for like a big thing is panthers.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Like you feel me?
They be near. They be always near the water or whatever in there. Yeah.
Like for example, Borba, we got an South African Borba. She is a dog that is strong enough, fast enough, a farmer dog that is supposed to protect the land from when lands and farms were first being created. No, I did. For lions, hyenas, bears, whatever things were trying to attack the crops, Borbals aboriginally are supposed to be in packs. See, we trying to get her a pack. She ain't even got a pack because it's a dog instinct to be alone. I believe that people become alone because Just like humans, dogs. I feel like it's the devil playing in a life of separation, of separating animals, of putting this idea in owners' head that okay, let's go sell the babies. That's too many dogs to handle, so you might as well sell the babies. You might as well get. You can't handle that. See, and then people they believe that, but then you got other people who believe they can take all the Borbals. They can take that. They can have that and then have the children and then raise the children and then the children have children and they keep going like that. Now, it's slightly different if, say, Borba had babies and I gave you a puppy or two. That's different. Versus, another thing people don't talk about, animals do incest. And they keep themselves alive. Humans did incest to get here.
Yeah, tigers do too.
Ants do incest. I'm bringing this up because of the fact that when you really think about it, the cycle of how things stay alive, these people try to program us to think that the very thing that's keeping us alive is so wrong, and that goes with a lot of other things. You know what I mean? Like the things that got us here is the things that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like people got here, people were like, hey, let's talk about Adam and Eve. Then they had kids, and who did their kids have kids with? Because if God just created Adam and Eve and then they kids, people don't want to talk about it. People fear to talk about things. But that's just a side branch. The point what I'm saying is Borba, say if I gave you puppies, it would be different if you still was family and you brought her puppies to the mom. They still not separated in the same sense of her grandparents in a whole nother country, and she can't never see them. She can't never, but it's different for a human. A human has enough intelligence to do research, to go and search. They can go journey.
You got telepathic animals though.
Yeah, and that's what I feel about with her. I feel like she's her own level of telepathic.
Yeah.
Because any spiritual connection with any animal to where the animal chooses to connect with you, I feel like you automatically connect in some sense of that level of telepathic level. Because when I first got her, we weren't as in sync as we are today. Like maybe not every time, but majority of the time, she know when I'm about to cross the street without looking at me. She know what corner I want her to turn just based off the level of how much I put her chain.
That's not a myth. That's true facts. That's real science too. That's science.
Because we are spiritual beings.
Ain't even just spiritual knowledge. That's science. That's science too. So say if you got a connection with anything that because every animal reads it reads your spirit. That's what animals have. I forgot what their name is, but they all have that instinct. The name, they all have that name. So say you got a connection with, she got a connection with her.
Right.
Even I'm speaking from experience too. I experienced a lot of connection when I had a dog. She just got up and looked at him.
Because she know that I moved. She waiting to see if I'm gonna walk to the door. She waiting to see if where I'm about to go. Where is he going? I want to go where he going.
Yeah, we got that too. That's how we can predict our parents coming home. I predict my people's coming home every day.
Now that's another level of connection. A mother's connection with their children. Like, y'all can't convince me right now that Borba mom don't feel her in some way, shape, or form. Like, her dad don't feel her in some way, shape, or she don't feel them.
The electricity, that's always still connected no matter how far you go. We all inside the same So we all inside the same universe.
Rather, if you conscious of it or not. Because a lot of people not conscious of it. All right, y'all. We about to have a star guest. Give me a second. But it's like, bro, how I really see... How I really see life with the reflections, especially chiming back to the ants, is that the only reason why life is how it is right now is because humans cannot coexist. Not the way that animals can. Like, it's sad that some humans can coexist better with a dog than with a human. You know what I'm saying? Watch out. It's for Hedge. Come here, Hedge. Even Hedgie. I'm sorry, she had got some of her food on her. Oh, that's potatoes. So she was eating sweet potatoes. But Hedgie right here is another form, and we got Borba. Hedgie right here is another form of a spiritual connection. Having her around us and this, that, and the third is different with her because my wife, she was telling me on how she had different videos that she was seeing with different animals and how some people could just pick up a hedgehog without the hedgehog doing this. See, right now, what Hedgie is doing is Hedgie is in defensive mode, don't know what he protected himself from, but energy speaks, so he could tell if I will do him any harm or if I won't. Eventually, he gonna open up. I want y'all to get to see him open up.
Yeah, animals got a connection too. That's why you be seeing animals. If you got a dog around her, the dog gonna be looking at the dog. They all got a connection.
And then look, Hedgie gonna come out and just start walking around and then getting the feel for the energy and the vibe. Only reason why Hedgie is like this is because Hedgie is going based off energy and vibes. Hedgie does not just get comfortable. I've picked up Hedgie, no problem. Hedgie is most calm when he is wet, underwater. Like, Hedgie likes really, really taking baths and being underwater. And then also, look, this is how powerful animal could be with senses. She trying to move away. Excuse me. So we had this big confusion for a while back. We wasn't sure if Hedgie was a boy or a girl. But we have confirmed it. Barbara, go over there. Go.
Yeah, I did my research on those too. They sense like what is it? I think it's about 12 times more. This is the receptors, just like us. Right, just like we told, we got 5 senses or whatever. No, we have over 120 senses, bro. Like, word, bro. That's a fact, bro. We got 120 senses, like powers and all that, bro. Yeah, like just like when you stand up on your neck and all that, your hair stand up, that's all that. Yeah. So what Hedgie got? She sense all that. That's her instinct. That's part of her. Well, how she was made, what she was downloaded with, what her species was downloaded with. That's why they do that.
I myself still haven't done much research.
That's why you'll see some of them move or something, bro. They ain't always gonna be in the same strands all the time. That's why you see the joint went down.
I want y'all to get to see Hedgie move around. If Hedgie wanted to, Hedgie could literally drop down from here. Yeah,
She could jump high.
Not jump high, but drop down and be good. I had one day put Hedgie on the table. Hedgie jumped into my shoe.
Yeah, cause she just full of a domino. Basically, she like a domino based animal. Like you could pick her up like that. Like she more like if she get bit, it's gonna be you gonna have to pull her. She gonna have to get ripped apart. That's the type of animal her skin is. What animals like that? What animal? You bite into them, but you gotta rip them.
No fall hedge. No fall hedge. You can come on my hand, but no fall. Alright, y'all. Well, right before we get off on this vlog, I want us to end off talking about.
Tell her watch out, bro. She blow my joint away.
Come on, Hedgie. I'm about to pick you back up. Alright, look. This is the process of picking Hedgie up. So when I pick Hedgie up, I'm supposed to be trying to go under. But I have to kind of go like this to get Hedgie to roll over into my hand. Because the spikes mostly hurt on the top. That's where it's most spiky at. On the side, it depends on if she's trying to jump at you or something. But you could pet her like this. I mean, pet him. I keep getting the genders confused, but we have confirmed Hedgie is the boy. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the sweet potatoes out your hair. But this one of the coolest experiences, I'm having a spiritual connection with animals. And this is how we're going to close out for the day. But it's just, I want to leave y'all with the words of knowledge and the words of peace, meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Always bring the love and the positivity and the unity to everybody. I thank everybody for watching this long, and and I thank you for coming out for the podcast. My brother Chosen, he came to show me some love and for us to get perspectives out. Tomorrow we got another episode. I got another vlog coming out. Make sure y'all don't forget to go check out that video. Might do me a little freestyling. And then everybody have a good day.
We might get our freestyle today.
Peace out on that $255, $160 with the dough, man.
Peace, guys and goddesses.
Peace, guys.